Well, we're back working on the Radical again. Welcome back to the channel. And, recently I installed this vertical upkick assembly. You might have seen the video. Pretty awesome mod. I love it. But almost immediately I had some feedback on Pinside about it saying, hey, the only problem with doing this is if you get more than one ball in that snake run, the machine will only fire one ball out when the drop targets come up. And of course, the other situation might be if you sneak a ball in there right as the drop targets get reset, the ball will fall, land over here, sit on that VUK, and won't go nowhere. And then the only way to get the ball back is to actually slide the glass down, drop a target by hand, or put it into a coil test. So anyway, you don't have a ball search function. That's a problem, right? So after I did this mod, I'm like, well, I don't want that. Eventually you have people over, they're going to be playing the game, and sure enough, you're going to have a night where a ball gets stuck back there, and then people are going to stop playing Radical. And I was like, I can't have that in my collection. I got to figure something out. So recently, I've been working with Arduinos. So over the past year or so, I got an Arduino inside high speed over here that controls the flashing lights inside the cop car. I got an Arduino over here on Twilight Zone that controls the LED matrix behind Rod Serling. I got another Arduino that's fixing to go into F14 over here. So I played around with them a little bit. And if you're not a computer code guy, if you're not a computer programmer, I'm not. But let me tell you what, ChatGTP is, and I use ChatGTP to help me write the code. And I created a modification for this thing that's controlled by an Arduino, and it gives us a ball search function. So let me show you on the bench what that looked like, what it does, and then we're going to throw it in the machine, and I'm going to demonstrate how it gave us a ball search function on Radical, because the game is Radical, and you can't get a ball stuck in this game. It's just not going to happen. So check it out. All right, well, the past couple days I've been working on this mod for Radical, and long story short, I had it in the machine, and then I accidentally shorted out some wires and had to pull it all back out. But anyway, I think I finally got it working, and I'll show what it does, and then we'll actually put it back in the machine. So you got the VUK over here with the ball cup and the fork switch that I've mounted here. 3D printed a little part. And when the fork switch, it closes, then here you got an Arduino. This blue LED illuminates. Now there's a ball sitting here. Now the game should kick the ball out after it awards a snake run. But if it doesn't, like there's a ball sitting there that does not get kicked out, after 12 seconds, these relays here that you just maybe saw, the green lights illuminated. I'll start the whole process over again. Okay, so this time I'll shut up and you can actually see what it does. So you close this, 12 seconds goes by, and then those relays are going to reconfigure. Right there, and bam. You see this red LED here firing? Boom, right there. Boom, right there. You see that MOSFET with that white light? That MOSFET is pulsing, and this red LED is indicating that the MOSFET is pulsing, and that is going to send the signal to that VUK coil to fire. So in a normal state, this thing will fire the ball out, but if the ball remains there longer than 12 seconds, then those two relays right there will reconfigure the wiring for the VUK so that it's powered like an old school EM. And it'll get it 75 volts through a fuse, and it'll pulse it for 30 milliseconds until the ball is no longer on the fork switch. And when that happens, light goes off, relays click back over, and now the thing is configured the way it had always been and powered, through the MPU like it normally is. So, okay, I am going to put all this in the box and put it all back together and get it back in the machine, and then we'll actually try it. All right, so as you saw, when a ball falls into that VUK switch and lands on that fork, it will start the 12-second timer here, which will eventually kick that ball out. And let me get and demonstrate. I've got to actually start a game, because without it, there's not voltage back there to that coil. So here we go. I'm going to start the game and grab the ball quick. All right, so I got the ball, and I'm going to go ahead and try to drop this ball into the VUK. without knocking down the drop targets. And I'll show you what happens. So without knocking down the drop targets. Okay, ball falls down there, blue light comes on. After about 12 seconds, it'll reconfigure the wiring and it'll throw it out. Bam. You saw it. It threw it out. Let's try it again. Where'd the ball go? Where's the ball? Oh, the ball's up here. All right. All right. So let's do it again without hitting the drop targets down. There you go. Shoots it out. All right, let's put the play field down, and we'll actually do it with the, when the game's running. See what it looks like from the top. All right, so we're in multi-ball right now, so I got both balls, so I'm gonna demonstrate how this works. So if you knock down the drop targets normally and hit the snake run, it'll fire it when the drop targets come up. So there you go, you get the ball back. All right, that's the normal operation. But what if both balls get back there? Put both balls back there. There we go. So it'll fire the first one. That's with the drop targets resetting, and now watch. Here it goes. Bam. There you go. So then you get there should be no situation where the ball can get trapped. And if you put a ball back there without hitting the drop targets down, it does the same thing. If I can do it. Well, I knocked one drop target down on accident. So there you go. That it came, it kicked it out with the drop targets coming up. But let me see if I can, pretty tough to do that. There we go. Drop targets did not go down. So the game doesn't know to reset the drop targets because the drop targets are up. And there you go. So, there you go, it works. It was a long road getting here. I almost gave up. Try it once more. Get up there. Both balls, yeah, both balls in there. Here comes one. And there goes the other. Perfect. Whew. Well, I'm going to reset the game. Well, I'm really glad it worked out. It's amazing what you can do with an Arduino. Reset the game here. And I got some more ideas for some more projects involving those things because they're really incredible. With an Arduino and a little bit of code and some MOSFETs or relays, it's just, if you take the time, a lot can be done. I mean, technically, I guess you could run daggone a whole pinball machine with an Arduino Raspberry Pi. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And, maybe it inspired you. If you have that VUK mod, you don't have to live with not having the ball search. There is a way to do it. Cost me a little bit of time and frustration. And, I definitely would recommend. I tapped the, I'm not going to pull it back out of here, but I tapped the 5 volts off my power supply back here. I recently had my power supply fail on this machine and I lost the negative 100 volts. So I recently, I had to pull that power supply out anyway and rebuild the high voltage side. And when I did that, I wired on connectors where I can tie into the 5 volts. I already had connectors on there for the 12 volts because that's how these LED strips work. But if you do that stuff, make sure you put a fuse on it. This thing here has a fuse on the bottom of the playfield for that coil. There's a 2.5 amp fuse wired into that. And I have a current limiting resistor for the Arduino as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you do that. But cool. Appreciate you supporting my channel, and look out for some more Arduino projects, some more pinball repair restorations. I got firepower coming along. I'm getting ready to do a video on Bonsai Run, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of activity on the channel. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take it easy.